Some people don't struggle because they lack intelligence. They struggle because they have too much of it. On the surface, high IQ sounds like an advantage. You think faster, understand deeper, and see patterns others miss. But what most people don't realize is that this same ability can quietly turn against you. Because when your mind doesn't just observe reality, but constantly analyzes it, you stop experiencing things simply. Everything becomes layered, complex, and harder to ignore. People with high intelligence tend to see more than what's being said. In conversations, they don't just hear words, they pick up on tone, intention, hidden meaning. They notice inconsistencies. They read between the lines. And while this sounds useful, it also means they're rarely fully at ease. Their brain is always working in the background, processing information others don't even notice. This creates a kind of mental noise that never really turns off. This is also why overthinking becomes such a common pattern. When your brain is capable of generating multiple perspectives instantly, every decision starts to branch into dozens of possibilities. What seems simple to others becomes complex. A small choice can turn into a chain of what-if scenarios. And instead of helping, this constant analysis can slow you down, making action feel heavier than it should. There's also a deeper emotional side to this. Highly intelligent people often feel misunderstood, not because others don't care, but because their internal experience is hard to explain. When you think deeply, you also feel deeply. You question things more, you reflect more, and sometimes you become aware of patterns in people and situations that others are comfortable ignoring. That awareness can create distance, not physically, but mentally. Another overlooked aspect is boredom. When your brain processes information quickly, it also loses interest quickly. Repetitive tasks, surface-level conversations, or predictable environments can feel draining instead of comforting. This doesn't mean high IQ people are arrogant. It means their brain is constantly searching for stimulation, and when it doesn't find it, it either shuts down or turns inward, creating more internal thinking. This is where another pattern appears, living more in your mind than in reality. Instead of fully engaging with the present moment, the brain drifts into analysis, imagination, or reflection. You replay conversations, you simulate future scenarios, you try to understand everything before it even happens. And while this can feel productive, it often leads to mental exhaustion without real progress. Interestingly, high intelligence can also make emotional decisions harder because logic and emotion don't always align. You might understand exactly what you should do logically, but still feel something completely different emotionally. That internal conflict can create hesitation. You don't act impulsively, but you also don't feel fully certain, so you wait, analyze more, and sometimes miss the moment entirely. Another thing people don't talk about is how high awareness changes your perception of people. When you start noticing patterns in behavior, motivations, and communication, it becomes harder to see things at face value. You begin to question intentions, you notice contradictions, and over time, this can lead to a subtle sense of detachment, not because you want to disconnect, but because your mind doesn't easily accept things without understanding them. But here's the part that matters most. None of this means high intelligence is a disadvantage. It just means it needs direction. A powerful mind without control doesn't create clarity, it creates noise. The same brain that overthinks can also solve problems deeply. The same awareness that creates distance can also create insight. The difference is not in the ability, it's in how it's used. When highly intelligent people learn to balance thinking with action, something shifts. Instead of analyzing every possibility, they start focusing on what actually matters. Instead of trying to understand everything, they accept that some uncertainty is part of life, and instead of living only in their thoughts, they begin to engage more with reality. Because intelligence is not just about thinking more, it's about knowing when to stop thinking. And now I'm curious, do you feel like your mind makes things clearer for you or more complicated? Let me know in the comments.